today we're going to be talking about microbes, particularly microbes in soil, and whether they are friend or foe to your local farmer. First of all, what is a microbe? A microbe can be defined as a microorganism, aka a microscopic organism, that cannot be seen with the naked eye. A microscope is needed to see them. These microbes are also responsible for causing disease. There are different types of microbes, including bacteria, which are unicellular organisms with cell walls but no organized nucleus. There are archaea, which are microorganisms similar to bacteria, but whose chemical structures, such as the composition of their cell wall, is different. Archaea usually live in extreme heat or extreme salt concentrations. There are fungi, which are spore-producing organisms that feed on organic matter. Protists, which are eukaryotic organisms that have cells with nuclei, but are not plants, animals, or fungi. These include algae and slime molds. There are viruses, which are infective agents that typically consist of a nucleic acid molecule in a protein coat that is only able to multiply in a host. And finally, there are parasites, which are plants and animals that benefit by deriving its nutrients from a host at the host's expense. All microbes have different functions and exist all over the Earth's surface, in a variety of different environments, from extreme temperatures to extreme pHs, extreme salt concentrations, and more. However, not all microbes are bad. Although they are responsible for causing disease, they are also important for our health. They help to boost our immune systems and may even be able to protect us from autoimmune diseases. A study in 2009 at Cornell University showed that introducing a benign strain of E. coli into diabetic mice eventually allowed them to produce insulin. This work suggests that one day, microbial yogurt could replace insulin shots for people with diabetes. Microbes are also thought to reduce stress. A study showed that people with less diverse bacterial communities in their gut experience more intense stress. But microbes don't just affect human beings and animals. What about plants? Every gram of typical healthy soil contains thousands of bacteria and more species in 1 square meter of soil in 1 kilometer squared of rainforest. Soil is also home to other microorganisms such as fungi, algae, cyanobacteria, actinomycetes, protozoa, and nematodes. So what effects do all these microbes have on crops and vegetables?
Microbes in soil are extremely important for plant growth and for the functioning of ecosystems. Mycorrhiza are symbiotic partnerships between plant roots and specific soil fungi. The fungi grow in close association with the plant roots, and in some cases, they even grow partially within the plant's own cells. Most cultivated and wild plants rely on these mycorrhizal associations to obtain nutrients and to defend themselves against disease-causing microbes. Legume plants like beans, peas, clovers, and locust trees partner with soil bacteria called rhizobia to extract nitrogen from the atmosphere. This process makes the nitrogen available for plant use and eventually for animal use. Similar nitrogen-fixing partnerships form between other groups of plants and soil bacteria. Nitrogen is an essential plant nutrient, and within plants it becomes part of amino acids and then proteins. Globally, this is a major source of the protein that humans and other animals eat. Other soil microbes help break down organic matter from dead plants and animals and incorporate it into the soil, which increases the soil's organic content, improves the soil's structure, and helps plants thrive. Fungi and actinobacteria, which are bacteria with fungal-like growth habits, begin this process by breaking down larger and tougher materials. Then other bacteria consume and incorporate smaller pieces. If you have a compost pile, you've seen this process in action. Some soil microbes control pests and diseases, such as commercial production of soil bacterium, Bacillus thuringiensis, to control caterpillar pests of crops. Of course, there are also disease-causing soil-borne microbes that affect garden plants. Crop rotation and practices that encourage the growth of beneficial microbes can help suppress the survival of harmful bacteria, fungi, and nematodes in the soil.
Oh, hello. Like my colleagues said before, I'm here to show why microbes are so beneficial in soil. Microbes can create nutrients and minerals in the soil that are available to plants, producing spore growth and increase their immune system while dampen stress responses. Microbes can affect the flavor of foods such as seeding fruits. In fact, a bacterium called Methylbacterium extracrines increases the production of pheromones, a group of molecules that give strawberries their unique flavor. A healthy soil can increase microfertility in multiple ways, including supplying nutrients protecting against pests and diseases, while reducing the need for water and other inputs. Such approaches allow for even greater agricultural growth, even some that weren't even viable before. For a local gardener to want to input microbes into their garden, I recommend doing this when they are seeds. That way, when the seeds grow, a lot of microbe diversity will be available to the plant. Thank you.
To summarise, although there are good and bad microbes, the microbes provide many more benefits to plant growth than they do negative consequences.
Thank you for listening. See you next time.